I was just reading a brief profile of yours that was given to me by the production team as we're preparing for this. I must say, I don't know, I don't have words to express about your courage. I really admire your courage. And you say from when you were as young as 7, you were raped.
Yes.
And it was within the family.
Yes.
It was somebody in the family. And instead of getting support, you were treated like an outcast. How do you come from that kind of depth of darkness and to where you are today? I'm looking at you now, bright, vibrant, and like, you know, you've embraced life and you're doing what you love to do.
It hasn't always been easy, and I haven't always been this glowing. There has been hard times that I had to pass through, and it's been very hard dealing with being raped and living in a society that thinks that rape is something that you cannot openly just speak about with anyone. So, because after being raped, there's a part of you that just breaks down. There's just a lot of things that go wrong within a person after they have been raped. So society looked at me and they thought, what's wrong with her? Instead of helping, they did not step in and help. They just stood from a distance and then judged.
You've written a book, maybe that was a part of the journey of healing yourself, and
Yes.
it must have been cathartic, it must have been tough though. What other choice did I have? Mmathabo Mooa, that's the book that I'm holding in my hands and showing our viewers at the moment. You brought 2 copies for us. Was that experience of the experiences you went through, from being raped to running away from home, ending up in the streets of Johannesburg, being homeless and being treated like a prostitute and all of that, to this, was that helpful when you wrote this book to get to where you are today?
I think the book was very helpful because me writing the book was from being treated very bad whenever I tried to talk, because I'd sit down with people and say, you know, this and this has happened in my life. But I realized that people don't really care. People are too busy living to sit down and give an ear to someone who's going through the worst. So after a very, very, very tough time with trying to open up to people, I decided, you know what, if I don't take this journey and bring it onto myself to drive towards my healing, I'm never going to heal. So now I'm going to make it about me, and I'm going to write a book. And I'm going to allow myself to revisit the places where the worst has happened, and I'm going to take it a day at a time towards my healing.
Mmathabo, you were depressed at some point.
Yes, very depressed.
Did you write the book during depression or after depression, or is it a way of getting out of depression?
It was after being depressed. When I was depressed, it was very bad. And the thing about being depressed is that you cannot speak out about it. You know, you sometimes wish that there could be someone that comes and says, let me help you. But society is really too busy. No one will come forward and ask, are you okay?
What helped you? I mean, I'm just listening to you now. You're 7-year-old. I think you're also 9-year-old, I guess, from the notes
Yes.
I've seen, when you were raped the second time, also by another family member, and then again when you were 15.
Yes.
And you end up in the streets being abused sexually. What were you holding on to? What helped you? Because some people would say, it's so dark down there, and I'm depressed. And we hear statistics in South Africa today about how depression is causing people to commit suicide, for example. What were you holding on to? What helped you?
The fact that I was not speaking out about what was bothering me, I felt like I owed an explanation to my parents, how running away from home came about and how I became this person that nobody likes because I'm being misunderstood. So I looked at that and thought to myself, I need to do something. Then my aunt stepped in and tried to help me. She has tried a lot through taking me for sessions with a pastor and praying for me and things like that. But eventually talking about what I was going through is what helped me, so not keeping quiet. Yes,
yeah. Finally, you found the voice,
yes, and
to speak about this.
Yes, and admitting that I was broken down. You know, I had to admit to myself that I am shattered. I am no longer myself. I've gone through the worst and I'm hurt.
So you got some counseling, you got some spiritual sustenance, and
Yes.
your aunt was helping. You are in a better place today,
Yes,
I
yes.
hope. You look bright. You look vibrant. When you walked in here, and from what I've read and what I see coming into the studio, I thought, wow, two different worlds.
True.
And what's your message? I mean, there will be many women in this country. We report, I mean, just the other day, Kensani Masego at the Rhodes University, it was in the news, and she was raped in May.
Very hurtful.
And it looks like she committed suicide.
Very hurtful.
I mean, you look at those kind of stories. What would be your message today to how do people manage this?
We need to check on our friends. You know, we could talk to someone who is depressed now, but really it's not about them because they are the ones that need help from us. We need to check on our friends. We need to stop judging. We need to stop looking at things like they are just there and we don't care. We need to pay attention.